Hello. Okay. Every time I do one of these, I go live on my computer and then I'm like, forget how to go live on my computer. So, hopefully, oh, there we go. It says I've been live for 8 seconds. I really apologize that I'm 3 minutes late. But every time I go live on my computer, I have a hard time figuring out how to go live. So I'm really, really sorry about that. If you're here watching live, write something so I know you're here live. So write live in the comments. If you are watching on the replay, write replay. I apologize that the lighting in this room is like super dark. Thank you, Cam. It's definitely pink. All right, we're gonna get started in just a second, but I want you guys to write in the comments what city and state you're watching from and write what beverage you're drinking, because I like to think of us all having like our, every time I go live I kind of say this, like we're having our girls night together. Okay, so I'm drinking the Aldi version of LaCroix. So drop in the comments, what are you drinking? Is it maybe a nice glass of wine? We don't have any wine in our house right now, so oh gosh, and why can't I see the comments anymore? Okay, there we go. Oh, thank you guys. You guys are all so kind. Okay, write in the comments where you're watching from, city and state, and what beverage you're drinking. We're going to get started then. Awkward. I know. All right. So welcome. All right. So you guys, I want to welcome everyone here to this Discover Zyia event. And why Zyia? Why not? This is an ongoing event, so if you are, interested, it's gonna probably change what I say every time a little bit, but it's really, are you a little bit curious about like this Zyia thing that your rep invited you to? So you were all invited you here, like somebody thought that this might be a good fit for you, or you'd rock at this, right? And you just need a little bit more information about what exactly it is, like what does it entail, why would I want to do it? And so that's the group, why Zyia, why not? So I'd like to do just a short introduction about me if you don't know me yet, but always go back to the person that invited you here, because they're your contact point, they rock, and you want to talk with them. So whoever invited you into this group, talk back with them and touch back with them after this video is done. If you have any more questions, or feel free to even put questions in the comments of this and I'll try and address them. So write your comments, whether you're live or on the replay, or you can message me too. I'm totally an open book and love to answer your questions. So a little bit about me. I'm in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm a nurse here. I work in the recovery room, but very frequently now. I have 2 little boys. They are 8 and 5, so 2nd grade and kindergarten, and I have a little puppy who's kind of freaking out that he hears my voice right now because we are trying to kennel train him, or he is kennel trained, and his kennel's in my office, and he's used to me talking, but he's kind of freaking out because he wants out. So oh, we have some Wisconsin people here. How exciting. Okay, I can't always see the comments, and what I'll do is read them at the end if you have any questions, okay? So my short little bit about my Zyia journey. I joined in August of 2018, and I kind of ran with it in every little nooks and cranny as I could. 2018, that's almost 3 years ago. So backtrack, I would have had a 5-year-old and a 2.5-year-old, right? So I was a busy mom, and I worked full-time at Avera. I worked 36 to 44 hours a week. I would work overnights, on call. It was on call overnights, but still we'd be there. 12 hours, 8 hours, sometimes 36 hours, sometimes like overtime, 48, 50 hours on my paycheck. And I was just, I wasn't really looking for direct sales, to be perfectly honest. I wasn't looking for anything extra. I just more stumbled upon it. I was asked to join a Facebook party, just like a lot of you have probably been to a Facebook party. And I had so much fun watching this person do this party, and she was having so much fun. And I also live in activewear because who doesn't love comfy clothes, okay? Like, I don't even wear blue jeans anymore, but don't worry, you can still love your blue jeans and still rock this business. But I really lived in comfy clothes, and I was always looking for that like next best pair of leggings, and I'm a runner. So I bought a pair of leggings at this party I was invited to, and took them on a run. I'm a runner, and I was just so impressed. Like immediately when the package came, it came in this nice Ziploc bag, and then I took the material out. Beautiful, great quality material right from the start. You can tell it's a good quality material. And then when I took that pair of leggings for a run. And normally I'm standing when I do this video, but I didn't have to do that little tugging game that you have to do with like bad leggings. So that was amazing. I was so impressed. So I immediately did a lot of Google searching and YouTube searching about what zyia is, because back at, then really not a lot was known about it. Actually, it's to your benefit that more people know about it because it's a lot easier to sell. Back when I started, it was kind of harder to sell because people didn't really like have any name brand recognition or trust in the company. And so I really had to do a lot of convincing to all my friends and everyone to like have parties and really this brand is good. Now it's kind of nice that you have that name brand recognition, but that's a little bit about me. I joined quickly after, and then I was able to, zyia is really an amazing opportunity. And as I started, ranking up in the company, doing better with zyia, I started just cutting back my hours at the hospital slowly, 6 hours at a time a week. I'd take it back, and I worked less to be home with my family more, and then I just do zyia more, which was, a lot more fun. Not that I don't like being a nurse, I love it, but it's hard. It's a hard job. And the hours are hard, and the overnight hours are hard, and I wasn't looking for something, but then once I got to zyia, I was looking for something more. And I could really see that filling that hole in my life of community and definitely income. And so now I was able, when the pandemic hit, to drop all of my hours at the hospital. And I work what's called PRN, which is just as needed. So I work about 24 hours. That's it in a 6-week time period. So I used to be working 24 hours a week. Now I do it in 6 weeks. So I still love my coworkers and love the hospital. So a little bit about zyia. So you guys probably know a little bit about zyia, but I like to talk about the founders and how important the 4 pillars are. So we were founded in Utah by the Bradley family. You guys, the Bradley family, their hearts are pure gold, and they only have the best for everything, for community. So something I really absolutely love about zyia is the family and the 4 pillars. So hopefully you've heard of them, but if not, I'm going to tell you about them. So our 4 pillars are, drop in the comments if you can write what the pillars are. Otherwise, I'm going to tell you what they are. Light. So keep on, I'll talk about what they are, but maybe you know what they are. Light. So you guys, being somebody's light in the darkness. Activity. So this is not just like go be crazy CrossFit. It does include that, but like it's also just like, keeping up with your kids, like being active. Uplift. You guys, really uplifting other people, and community. Community is huge in zyia. So it's a little bit about that. But let's talk about like this zyia thing and why you're here and like what questions I can answer for you. I want to start with the basics as far as that goes. Like, how do I actually go about becoming a representative? Really, step 1. And that is you talk to the person that invited you here, and you get this amazing starter kit of 5. They're so awesome. The 5 staple pieces. Right now, correct me if I'm wrong, because it just changed the other day. There is an all-star bra in it, which is our like high support girls with the girls, a copper charged tank, a pair of joggers, a pair of light and tight, and a hat. You guys, those 5 items are amazing in and of itself, but then you also get a $100 gift card to spend on whatever you want. Now, if you're in this group, you probably are a zyia fanatic, and zyia fanatics make the best zyia reps because we love it all, and guarantee you're going to find it easy to spend that $100 gift card, right? So that's really amazing in and of itself, but people want to know, once I've signed up, like what kind of minimums are there? Is there any fees? So you really only have the startup fee, and then from there's a possibility that you never have to pay another fee to zyia, which is amazing. So I've been with the company since August 2018. I've never had to pay anything to zyia, any fees, any minimums. because I've hit one of their minimums. So there is no monthly minimum that you have to maintain to be a representative. And you just have that starter kit. Now, we do have this amazing website. So you guys, long time ago, I did Mary Kay. And that I didn't have an option, and maybe I just wasn't like super familiar with it, but I couldn't send my customers to like go shop on my site. Like, go shop on my site. It's easy. Go shop on my site. No, you know what I had to do with Mary Kay is I'd take their order. I'd have to place a big bulk order. Then I'd have to go and deliver it. I carried an inventory that I never really sold. I lost money in it. And you know what? With Zyia, you don't carry an inventory. I'm totally jumping ahead off my like script, but there's no monthly minimums. You don't carry an inventory, and there's that amazing website. The whole point was to tell you how amazing the website is. So your friend's like, oh my God, I love that All-Star bra that you're, I see poke like the mesh. Okay, whatever. You're at hot yoga and you're actually wearing the All-Star bra. And you tell them, well, so amazing. Here's my link to just go and buy it right now. And we are in a day and age of online shopping that is totally normal. I'll send somebody an Amazon link and you're going to go and buy that Amazon curling iron. Somebody just sent me that. I was like, what's that curling iron so I can get my hair like this? They sent me an Amazon link and boom, it's in my cart. It's the same thing with your Zyia website. So that website is amazing, and it does cost a fee if you don't sell a certain amount. However, I've never had to pay that as a Zyia representative. So the question is are there any fees or are there any minimums? And the website fee does cost $15, and that's it for such an amazing website, which is like super fast now. We used to have a little bit of issues, and now it's like so fast I can't keep up with it fast. And it is only $15 if you don't sell $600 in that month, which we all know that if you have Zyia fanatic friends, that selling $600 a month can be a pretty easy to maintain kind of goal. So you don't have to ever pay for that website if you are selling to your friends, okay? And then to stay active, there are no monthly minimums to stay active. This is amazing. So many other direct sales companies, that's like one of those fine lines, fine print. You have to find out like, oh my gosh, I have to sell like $200 a month to just be a rep. And I need to take a couple months off, and then, so or maybe it's less than that. I don't really know, but I know some companies have a monthly minimum. Our minimum is very, very small. It is $300 in a 6-month time period. 6 months, you guys. So that's like $50 a month, probably, like one pair of leggings a month. Okay. But that it doesn't even start until your second 6 months into the company. So if you were to join right now, you don't even have any monthly minimums to worry about until July to December. That's the next 6 months. So how cool is that? I love that. Another question I kind of already answered. Do you need an inventory? No, absolutely not. Isn't that awesome? You do not. Like, that was one of my key things that I looked into was, do I have to carry an inventory? Like, am I going to have to spend $1,000 or more because it's clothes? Like, it's not like makeup that costs $10 a product piece or whatever makeup costs. This is, clothes, which costs like $30 for a bra. No, you don't have to carry any sort of inventory at all. I have been with the company for almost 3 years, so I've grown quite a collection. And I like to have that because then I can drop it off to people's houses and they can try it on. But I accumulated that over time. So not necessary. You can sell in a boutique though. So if anybody does own a boutique and they want to collect a little bit of an inventory for that, you definitely can do that. There are a few rules to it. Like, you can't go open a store and then put like Zyia Active in your store window, because that would make people think that like you're Zyia Active corporate. But you can have your own boutique, call it whatever name you want it, and then have a little display of Zyia with your other boutique stuff. I think that is so cool. So I get a lot of questions about what's the discount and like, can you be a rep and not be like crazy selling like you, Sarah? Okay. So let's talk about what's the discount. That was super easy. It is 25% off for your discount for rep pricing. But there's another cool thing is you can actually get host rewards as a representative. So I will tell you that I usually get my stuff for free and half off. So that's pretty amazing. People always like, if you were invited here by me, you might be in my VIP group and you might see that I get stuff like almost weekly at the new releases. And you're probably like, geez, how much do you spend on clothes? Guess what? I get them for free and half off. And how do I do that? Is I actually, I'm like a host for myself. And so when sometimes I'll purchase at full retail, but my commissions, which I'll talk about how you get paid in just a second, my commissions are over 25% off. So I'll pay at full retail and I'll get over 25% off. I get 28% commissions. And actually I get 33% commissions, which I'll talk about too, how you get paid. And so it's worth it for me to get stuff sometimes at retail, but I'm always kind of my own host and I get stuff for free and half off. So that's another perk of being a representative, is that you can get free and half off zyia. So how do I make money? That's like, I already kind of hinted on that, right? So it's super easy. You can do social selling. You can have Facebook parties. So how you make money, you get a paycheck if you sell over $200 in zyia in a month. So that's amazing. That's not very much money to like actually sell to your friends. Like if you think about it in terms of outfits. So if you had 2 friends that bought like a whole outfit from you, you've met your minimum, right? So like they buy a bra, a top, and a pair of leggings. So pretty easy to get to a $200 minimum that is in a month. And that'll get you 20%. So if you sell $200, you get 20%. But the cool thing is if you hit $1,000, then you actually get a 28% commission. And then as your rank goes up in the company, if you build a team, you can get more commissions. You can get up to 33% commissions off your personal sales if you sell 1,000. So that's why I said my commissions is 33%. So how do reps sell? And like, oh, sorry. And then you do get, sorry, I want to mention one more thing. You do get commissions like if you do build a team, but I'll talk about, do I have to build a team? That'll be my like next question I answer you. But how do reps sell? And like, can you be kind of serious, kind of like what? So I like to say there are 3 zyia paths. Okay. So there's 3 zyia paths that you can have, and I see a question, I'll answer that in a second, Casey. So I call these paths, 1, the discount rep. You find that you are buying a lot every single month, and that it might be worth it to pay a $15 website fee just to get 25% commissions off. Like if you do the math, and if you're buying $200 a month, might be worth it to get 25% off and or get your own host rewards, right? And pay that $15 membership fee. So that's the discount rep. Totally fine. I have a lot of those on my team. The next path is the in between. That's the I want to make some money off of this, but I don't want to go like crazy. Like I don't want to quit my job. I just want to have fun with it and like socially sell, maybe do a party here and there. So that is like the middle one. And you can even go like kind of a little bit more than that, you know? And so that's totally possible too. The thing is once you join, this is your business. So you can do it whatever you want on your path. So a lot of people do that middle one because they find that they are buying $200-300 a month in zyia already, or $50 or whatever, and they want to just make $200 and then be able to buy $50 and make a little bit of money, $150 a month. That way they have extra spending money at home. Maybe you want to sell, so remember commissions, you want to sell $2,000 a month, then you're going to get a $560 paycheck that month. Maybe that's your goal. You want to make an extra $500 a month. So that's kind of the middle one. The next one is going to be like business builder. That's what I would define myself as. My ultimate goal was to be able to quit my job. Maybe not like quit my job because I'm still there and I still love it. But to go down PRN where I had the flexibility where they text me and they're like, or they can't tell me what to work. I tell them what to work, which is amazing. That was my goal, which means that business builder, you do build a team because that builds residual income. And I do a lot of parties a month and a lot of sales a month. And so that's my path. We all have our different paths. That's great because it's our own business. So I'm going to answer this question because it's with it. Do your discounted personal purchases count towards the $600 per month, $300? Yes, they do. Zyia is so amazing. So here's the deal. Any of your personal orders, whether you do it under rep pricing or if you did it like I explained where you pay in full retail and then get the host rewards, personal volume, so your personal stuff that you order counts towards your minimums, which is why I say it's super easy to hit because you only have a minimum of $300 in a 6-month time period that you have to hit to be an active rep. So think about that. You don't have to, like, that's your own stuff. Like that's in a 6-month time period. I will tell you that before I sold Zyia, I spent that much on activewear. So I might as well spend it with a company that has good quality activewear because I was buying like Old Navy, which I don't like to talk bad about other companies. It's just that I was throwing away those leggings because they sheared so quickly in the legs. Thick thighs save lives is what I like to say. And my Old Navy leggings, they did not save my leggings. Okay, not those ones. However, Zyia leggings hold up, right? We all know that. Okay, so next question, can I build a team? And I talked about that. That's kind of a business builder one or the middle one. Or can I not build a team? And it's really totally up to you. I have people that have been on my personal team almost since when I started and have chosen not to build a team because they don't want to. They don't want to train anybody. They just want to sell. And they make anywhere from $200 to $600 a month. I'm not supposed to tell you exactly. Sorry. I should stop throwing out the numbers of what they make because I'm not supposed to do that. They make their goals, okay? They make their goals every single month of what they want to do themselves. Like they set their goals, they make them, but they don't want to bring on anybody on their team because they just want it to be just them. And so sometimes they do host parties for other people, or sometimes they just have like a VIP group and their friends just buy. So you don't have to build a team. But if you are looking for that residual income, you do make commissions off of your team, and it does, like help as far as that. Let's see here. I have one last question, and I've been getting this a lot lately, and I want to address it because I don't want it to be like an elephant in the room, and I don't want you to be afraid to ask it. And I've gotten this a lot lately. Do you think the market is oversaturated with Zyia reps? I get this one all the time. And I have to tell you that it is 100% growth mindset versus closed mindset, like scarcity mindset. No, we are not oversaturated. I just got off a leadership phone call today with our CEO of the company, or not the CEO, I don't know what his title is, but he's one of the main guys. So he's the Bradley families founded Zyia. Aaron and Zach and Brenda and Jeremiah are the 4 founders of our the founding families, okay? And Zach had a leadership call today, and he talked about, so here's the thing, he talked about did I miss the boat? Like, is it too late? Or is it too many reps out there? So let's talk about that. In the direct sales industry, when a company is 3 to 5 years old, these are general terms thrown around with direct sales, that is their sweet spot for growth. 3 to 5 years. We just hit year 4, and absolutely we're in our sweet spot. But he even thinks, and he's a total numbers guy, that we're going to go longer than that 5 years for some of that exponential growth. And here's the other thing. We are not international yet besides Canada. We do have a market in Canada, and he's the leader of the company, and he said, we will go international. It's not a question of if, It's a question of when, because they want to be really, really smart and logistic about it. And they don't want to start something they're not ready for. So to think about the fact that most direct sales companies are already international and 80% of their sales come from international sales, we're like a little tiny like drop of what we could potentially become. And so if you join now, you're still in that just getting started baby boomer stage. The other crazy statistic about zyia that I like to talk about is what he gave out a number today, and he's like, I can't tell you this is exact, but it is pretty darn close from what we can tell. We run the numbers all the time, and I'm a numbers person. I love this. Is that 80% of what they sell, what Zyia Active sells, comes from customers. Customers, you guys. So in other direct sales company, 80% of sales comes from reps, typically. He said like big companies. Those are reps that like bulk buy. They call it garage buying. Like you end up with all this inventory in your garage, and they do that so they can rank advance, so they can hit their minimums, whatever it happens to be. And Zyia doesn't have that, which means it's a really, really good, solid company to financially like that they're going to grow, if that makes sense. So I feel like I covered the majority of questions that people have been asking me lately about, like, you know, the Zyia business. I forgot to talk about like more about how do reps sell. I kind of touched base on it. So when you join, it's your own business. You sell it how you want to sell it. I will tell you the people that are on my team that their goal is to actually make money. They're not just in it just for the discount. The majority of them do parties. We're a party planning, like party company, because we have these amazing host rewards. If you host a party, you get free and half off. So why not take advantage of that? And so, but how you do the parties is up to you. Like you can kind of format it however you want. You have a friend that's not on Facebook, they're not on Instagram. I mean, you can design a cute little, you know, PowerPoint template, and like, because now Google has these where you can like do a Google presentation, and your friend can just send this presentation to their friends and say, hey, if you watch this, you know, whatever. Like there's so many ways to have parties, and I do non-traditional parties. I primarily do Facebook parties because Facebook is my jam. I grew up with Facebook. Like that's my, well, not grew up, I mean, I was in college when it came out, but it's like my generation is Facebook, and actually lots of generations we cross over, and it's so easy of a platform to do it on that I do it on Facebook. But people are selling on TikTok, they're on Instagram, they're having Instagram parties, they're doing Zoom parties. You don't have to do parties. You could do like in-home events, depending on your level of comfort with COVID. I used to do them a lot more. I just did one, and it was so fun. Do you do business cards? Some representatives do. When I first joined, I bought 1,000 business cards for $50. Like not very much. You can go to Vistaprint, and I will tell you, I probably have 950 cards left, because nowadays everyone is so digital. I just direct them to my Facebook page and my Facebook VIP group, and a lot of my sales come from there too. As far as like, you know, another place that you sell, it's like, it's social selling. And people are, another thing people say, well, I'm not a salesperson. And I'm like, I don't really feel like I'm a salesperson either. I'm just buying these super cute clothes and doing reviews for my friends. And I give honest reviews, and it's for my friends. Like I feel like everyone in my VIP group is my friend, and I will give an honest review. If I don't like a pair of leggings as I came out with, I will tell you guys that. And that's why I don't feel like I'm a salesy person either. Like I don't think you have to be salesy. You have to be real and honest, and then it's easier for your friends to trust you and want to buy from you. And then, like I said, the name brand recognition is definitely helping, not hurting. Like we're not oversaturated. And when I throw a party for somebody and people have heard of Zyia, it's a lot easier to sell if some of the people have heard of Zyia. I will tell you, sometimes I will randomly I'll randomly have a party for somebody who most of their friends have never heard of Zyia, and those parties don't do as good. Like, because people that know it and trust it, it does better. So it actually helps the name brand recognition, but they still do pretty good. Okay, any further questions? Otherwise, I don't want to take up more of your time. I told myself it'd be 30 minutes and that's it, and we're at 29:30. I did good. Actually, I wanted to do it in 20, but I tend to ramble, so it took longer. I'm really sorry. Does anybody have any questions? If no one has any questions, so I answered the business cards. I answered about how personal sales do count, our own do. The cost of the starter kit is $295 plus tax and shipping, but you get over $350 or about that, depending on the retail price of the items that are in there. But it's about $350 worth of zyia. So you get what you paid for in the starter kit. But one amazing thing about the rep host rewards is you can actually use your host credits if you want to host a party to join with those. So that's awesome. Or we do have a really amazing app called Klarna, and Klarna is really cool that you can break it down into like payments bi-weekly. So you would it's not associated with zyia, but it's a really cool app that you can use to pay for the starter kit. Okay, so great question. So we have a lot of resources for our like charts. We have zyia provides some stuff. So okay, I got two questions. I love it. Thanks guys for asking. Okay. So we as representatives share our stuff, and some representatives make collages, make these charts, makes the sizing charts, and then we share it with other people. The community thing and the uplifting thing is really a true thing in zyia, and we share with each other. And so if you have ever been in one of my parties or any of your reps parties, you'll see that the charts or like the sizing charts that we have, things like that, we're getting that from other reps that are making it for other people. And we have access to that. When you're a representative, we all share with each other. And so it's super easy. You don't have to be a graphic design artist or do any of that. Same with making the business cards. I paid somebody to make my business cards for me. I paid $50 and then they were made. Commissions from having a team. I briefly touched on it, Casey. I didn't really give a lot of information because it get kind of confusing. But I'll go. So a lot of direct sales companies, I've looked at some of their pay structures and I find it super confusing. And I find Zyia's very, very straightforward. You can bring on as many people to your direct team as you want, and they can bring on as many to you. So they say that you can build your team as wide and as deep as you want. Really like no limit to like that as far as your team. And you do make commissions off of your team. And it depends on your rank. You make more commissions. So, but like, it starts at about 5% commission off of your first level. And then like somebody brought on somebody else, you'd make commissions off of even theirs, and then, theirs and theirs and theirs. So it pays you down to like level 9. And so that's why if you're joining onto somebody's team, they want you to be successful too, because it's helping them as well. So, and I will post the commissions for the team breakdown tomorrow, I believe. So I'll have some charts and stuff that I'll post tomorrow. 6-month minimum, a total for all of the months, regardless of any individual sales. So if I sold 200, nothing. Yeah. So, so the 6-month minimum is a total like of the months. Yes. So if you didn't sell anything for like 4 of the months, that's fine. And then like 2 of the month, like 1 month you sold 300 and 1 month you sold 300 or sorry, 150 and 150. That's fine. Jesse, let me know if that answered your question. I sometimes get confused. So you are allowed to do other MLMs. It's so great question, Casey. You guys are so awesome. I love all these questions. Okay. You definitely can do other MLMs. When you become a certain rank at Zyia, you you're not like allowed to. So yes and no. You absolutely can. When you first start out as a representative, there is no conflict, but you cannot. There is one rule: you cannot join another MLM that sells activewear, like the same kind of company. It's a conflicting company, and that is pretty much every MLM out there. like, you can't be part of two makeup companies and, sell two makeup companies. So yes, you can do two MLMs. It is totally allowed with Zyia. You should check with your other MLM and see if that's okay with them. Most of them are okay. Most of them have the same rule. Once you get to a certain rank, then you are not able to. So at the rank I'm at, I am not able to join another MLM, but it is allowed to do it if I were to do it for the discount, is my understanding. I just can't go and like join another company and start building a team and try to sell it. Like if I wanted to sign up, I don't know, like to be, I'm trying to think of other direct sales. So Arbonne, let's just say they're having like a rep price and I just wanted to just get it. Like I buy all the makeup, I buy all the skincare, and I just want to do that for the discount. I'll never sell it. I'll never have anybody join my team. It is allowed but like at my rank, but once you hit my rank, which is Zyia executive or above. Sorry, I should clarify that. There's a certain rank in the company, Zyia executive or above. You cannot actively sell or recruit on another direct sales company. So Kim, that would be totally fine if you did it for the discount. And, you could continue doing that for the discount even if you hit that specific rank. You guys had such good questions. I love it. Jesse, did I answer your question? I hope I did. Maybe you cut out because there are 4 people watching still. So thanks everyone for joining me. I'm going to wait, like there's a delay. So there's a 6-second delay from when I say, is there any questions? You don't get it. And then if you're typing away, there's that like 6-second delay before it hits me. So I'm going to awkwardly wait for like 1 more minute. And then if I don't see any more questions, I'm going to say goodbye, adios, see you later. But I'm going to take a drink of my knockoff LaCroix. Aldi, you guys. I don't know if any of you are in a town if everyone's in a town with Aldi. Some of you are. Aldi is the best store in the world. Like, the best deals, the best prices, the best stuff. I just love Aldi's. It's so good. So, here's my plug for Aldi. Okay, if you're wondering if you're salesy or not salesy, right there. I'm not trying to sell for Aldi. I don't make money off of Aldi sales. So you guys are all salespeople. When you go to a restaurant and you love it and you tell your friend about it, you just sold that restaurant and you didn't make commissions. You might as well sell Zyia and make commissions off of it and tell your friends how much you love your leggings. You're welcome, you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, answer the question. No other questions. I'm going to end it. Have a good night. Thanks everyone for joining me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.